Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about word problems with rational numbers, so let's go ahead and take a look at that with a few examples. Here we are at example A. Kayla works at Subway. She earns $9.70 per hour. She works 3 days a week, 7.5 hours each day. How much money will she earn in 4 weeks? So first thing I'm going to do is go through my problem and identify the important information. So she works $9.70 per hour. She works 3 days a week. She gets 7.5 hours each day, and she earns 4 weeks. That's what we're looking for. So I first have to figure out how much she earns each day, then figure out how much she earns in 3 days, then figure out how much she earns in 4 weeks. The easiest way to do that is multiplication. So we can just take our $9.70 and multiply it by our 7.5 hours each day, because she's making $9.70 per hour. If I multiply that by the 7.5 hours, that'll tell me how much she works in 1 day. But she doesn't work just 1 day a week, she works 3 days a week. So I could take that amount of money, multiply it times 3, the number of days a week that she works, and that'll tell me how much money she makes in 1 week. But again, she's not working for 1 week, she's working for 4 weeks. So I can multiply this 1 week that I just figured out by 4 weeks to give me the total amount of money. So all I have to do is multiply all of the numbers together. When I do that, I should get $873 even. So that's how much money Kayla makes in the 4 weeks. Now let's take a look at example B. So here in example B, Jake is buying snacks for his friends. He's going to buy 4 pounds of jelly beans, 2.5 pounds of M&Ms, a third of a pound of gummy bears. If Jake pays with a $20 bill, how much change will he receive from the cashier? So the first thing we got to do is identify the important information in this problem. So he's going to buy 4 pounds of jelly beans, that's important. He's going to buy 2.5 pounds of M&Ms, and that's important. And then he's going to buy a third of a pound of gummy bears, and that's important. We also need to know that he's going to pay with his $20 bill and wants to get some cash back or change. So we need to accomplish that once we figure out how much money he spent. So the first thing we need to do now is to identify each amount of money that he spent on each item. So if he spent he bought 4 pounds of jelly beans and they are 58 cents per pound, then I'm going to need to take my 4 pounds here. Let me use an actual pen. 4 pounds here, multiply that times the 0.58 cents that he's going to have per pound. And when he does that, he's going to get $2.32 per pound. That's total for all of his jelly beans. Now we're going to do the same thing for our 2.5 pounds of M&Ms. So I've got 2.5 pounds of M&Ms. I can see that they cost $1.28. I'm going to multiply those all together. And when I do that, I should get $3.20 for his M&Ms. Now we'll do the same thing for the gummy bears. So the gummy bears, we have a third of a pound times $1.68, because that's how much gummy bears cost. And when I multiply those together using my Desmos calculator, I get 52 cents. So now that I figured out how much I spent on all of the candy, I'm going to add those things together. That's going to give me a total of $6.04. So that's how much money he spent on the candy, but that's not what the question's asking me. The question's asking me if he spends $20 or he pays with a $20 bill, how much money will he get back? So in order to figure that out, I'll take the $20 that he has, subtract the $6.04 that he just spent, and I'm going to end up with $13.96 in change, and that's how much money he gets back. Notice that I put a dollar sign there because this is a word problem, so I should have a word answer. Now let's take a look at example C. So here in example C, Kevin has a bank account with a beginning balance of $427.60. He writes a check for $52.13, uses his debit card for a purchase in 1912 at Giant. He makes a deposit of $395 and then makes an ATM withdrawal of $60. What is his ending balance? So we need to go through, starting with his original balance, which is $427.16. We have to take out the things that are subtractions and add the things that are deposits, or the money that are going into his account. So he writes a check for $52.13. That means that it's money coming out of his account, so we know that's going to be a minus. He uses his debit card to purchase $19.12 at Giant, so again, we know that's going to be a negative. That's going to be money coming out of his account. He makes a deposit of $395. That means he's putting money into his account, so we know that's going to be a positive. And then he makes an ATM withdrawal of $60, so again, he's taking money out of his account, so that's a minus. So we could just go through and type $427.16 minus $52.13 minus $19.12 plus $395 minus $60. That will totally work. The other option to do is to take the $427. Again, I need an actual pen Always hard to switch over here. We could take the $427.16 and we could do all of the subtractions first and then do the addition at the end. It's really up to you which thing you would like to do. So I'm going to subtract the $52.13, the $19.12, and the $60 from his account to begin with. If I do that, I end up with $295.91. But he added a deposit of $395. So I'm going to take my $295.91. I'm going to add the $395 that he added to his account. And when I do that, I end up with a total balance of $690.91. And again, I put a dollar sign here because this is a word problem, so I need a word answer. Now let's go take a look at example D. Here we are at example D, and it says on the map, the town hall is 2¼ inches away from the baseball stadium. The ratio of inches to miles is 1 to 12. What is the actual distance between the town hall and the stadium? So the first thing I got to do is go through and find the important information. So I know that 2¼ inches is important. The ratio of inches to miles is 1 to 12, and we're looking for the actual distance. So now that I found that important information, I know I need to make myself a ratio, because it says right here, ratio in the problem, so that's a dead giveaway. Then I'm going to be using a proportion here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line and another line, and I'm going to fill it in. So on one side, I'm going to have the information that I have about the actual thing that's going on, and then on the other side, I'll have the ratio of the map. So I know on the left-hand side, I've got 2¼ inches, or 2.25, for the amount on the map. I don't know the amount of actual distance. On the other side, I know that I have 1 inch to 12 miles. And I know that the inches come first because it says here that inches came first and miles came second. So I know the 1 is the inches and the miles is 12. Now that I've got that information there, I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. 1 times x is x, and 12 times 2.25 is going to be 27. I don't have to solve any equation here. I've got my answer for me right then and there. But it's not just 27 because this is a word problem. I need a word answer. So this is 27 miles. That brings us to the end of this question. Also brings us to the end of this set of notes. If you like this video, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up. If you love this video, go ahead and throw us a sub. And we will catch you in the next one.